Young Midoriya, you can earn minimum wage!
Have a plus ultra day.
Young Midoriya!
The memes have been just so out of pocket and hilarious since the final chapter of My Hero Academia came out that honestly, it is just super amusing. I know that they're not fully accurate to technically the events of My Hero Academia Chapter 430, but it is still funny. I love it when there's just some unhinged memes for any series because it's funny. I love a good joke, and I know some might be getting a little bit upset to either these type of jokes where, Izuku is a minimum wage worker, or, he's a McDonald's employee, or people saying put the fries in the bag, or, people saying he's been cucked by Bakugo or Ida, etc. Just the memes, the unhinged nature of the memes that's been coming out has just been next level hilarious, and I can't get enough of them, man. They're so good. But with that being said, though, I guess that video I made 2 days ago really aged like milk. And what I mean by that is I literally had the title called My Last My Hero Academia Video on the Manga. And to be fair, this isn't strictly about the manga, but technically I am going to be talking about aspects of the manga, so I guess that video's title really did age pretty badly. But with that being said, and calling my own self out, I want to talk about the main point of this video, and that is the character popularity poll that was revealed earlier this morning. Now, when Chapter 430 officially came out, and when we had the leaks and the early release, the pirated version come out, we were made aware of that there was going to be some form of huge announcement for My Hero Academia on August 5th. Today is obviously August 5th, 2024, and the announcement was not a new sequel, it was not a new movie, it was not a new anime, a spin-off, etc. It was a character popularity poll. Now, I will be blunt here. We have been played with time and time again by anime companies with announcements, countdowns, etc. At this point, anyone that truly believed it could have been something huge like a movie or continuation put on the clown makeup. And I'm going to join you. I'll put the clown makeup on as well. If I had it, like if I actually had clown makeup, I would put it on right now because I truly, in some shape or form, believe that there might have been a sequel announcement, but obviously that was not the case. It turned out it was a character popularity poll. Now, I don't necessarily hate character popularity polls. There's nothing inherently wrong with them whatsoever, but the thing is to hype up this big announcement that something big is going to happen and all that, you know what they were doing. They were definitely baiting the fan base and making them assume that there was going to be a sequel or something, which I feel like is just so wrong to do. I don't like that, and it's one of the reasons why I really did not like what they did with Tokyo Ghoul like a month ago, and I didn't make a video on that because I was just, to be blunt, I was so pissed off about it because it's like, you had them make an official account, they were advertising it for a full month, and come to find out it was just like an art exhibit for Tokyo Ghoul, and it was just like, really? You hype all this up, making it seem like there's gonna be a remake or something, and it wasn't? Obviously the case here isn't as bad as that, but I hate how these companies do that and they bait the fans. It just, it needs to stop. I don't like that. I had never liked that. I don't like it when they hype something up, it just turns out to be a figure or a pachinko machine or something like that. I hate it. Now, with that mini rant out of the way, let's get into the actual topic of this character popularity poll and what it actually means and what it's doing. So, obviously, My Hero Academia and a bunch of other manga within Weekly Shonen Jump, they always get popularity polls. They always have polls seeing, what the fan base necessarily views as the best character within the manga. Now, strictly speaking, when it comes to these character popularity polls, usually it's only for the Japanese readers. For instance, only the Japanese readers can put in their votes, and give it to Weekly Shonen Jump, and then the top characters appear. Usually anyone else outside of Japan, they don't necessarily have a voice or any, right to really vote, because basically, they're not looking at those votes. They're only looking at the Japanese audience within their home country. So this is, a rare moment for My Hero Academia to have a worldwide character popularity poll. I think it fits thematically with, like, the message of what My Hero Academia is about, technically, since, it was about rankings and heroes and what the populace thinks about heroes. It's ingrained within hero society for My Hero Academia, so it is fitting that, they would end off the series with a worldwide character popularity poll. I like that. I like how it kind of blends in with reality and fiction there. It's pretty cool. But even though, obviously, I'm disappointed it's not a sequel, I am just going to be completely blunt. There's only a few ways this is going to go, and I want to talk about that. So basically, for one, with the character popularity poll, we already know probably who's going to be at the top. Judging by what we've seen over the years, Bakugo has usually always been the #1 spot, and I really doubt that's going to change. He's usually a fan favorite. If there's anyone that's potentially going to replace him, it's either going to be All Might, or it's going to be potentially Shoto. I could definitely see one of those. Now, it is possible Deku could be #1, but I feel like if it was anyone else that was going to, surpass Bakugo, it's probably going to be Shoto Todoroki. That is exactly who I think it was, because there is a lot of fangirls for him, and I know the power of the fangirls are strong, and for a fact they're going to vote Shoto Todoroki in this character popularity poll. So, I feel like Bakugo might finally actually be surpassed, and I think that would be kind of fitting as well, because it's like, in the final chapter, chapter 430 of My Hero Academia, there was this little moment where Bakugo was really rude on the camera, and then All Might comments that, his ranking's gonna go down, and he's gonna be surpassed potentially by Todoroki, and I feel like if that actually happens in real life, it's kind of like a nod to the final chapter. Some might say that's, it's rigged or something, but regardless of that, I think it'd be kind of cool if, the manga finale kind of represented the real world view as well on who people thought was the best. Now, besides that as well, apparently whoever wins will be getting a statue. As you can see here on the right, it kind of reads out that, whoever actually gets, the victory will get a bronze statue, and apparently there's going to be a contest for 10 winners from the best fan art as well, which is really cool. I really like that. That's a really cute thing, and it's a good thing to do the community, because there is a lot of fan art for My Hero Academia. I mean, just the memes alone that's came out as of late, I think really just speak for itself, so I think that overall, yeah, I think, representing the community and showcasing fan art and giving them, award, etc., is a nice nod from Shonen Jump, Shueisha, but also Horikoshi himself. But, it's really starting to settle in that, My Hero Academia is just, it really is coming to an end, and, I do think in the future, there probably will be a sequel announcement. I do believe so. It's just, My Hero Academia is too big as a cash cow for Shonen Jump, and with a lot of series within their magazine basically coming to a close, with JJK wrapping up very soon, Undead Unluck could potentially end very soon, obviously One Piece is in its final saga, Hunter x Hunter isn't technically a part of the magazine anymore, Bleach is obviously gone, all that type of stuff. There's a lot of, lack of, really heavy-hitting series that really, I think, is the face of Jump. Obviously, right at this moment, One Piece is still technically the face of Jump, and I know Sakamoto Days has moved up and JJK is there, but like I said, JJK is definitely not going to be around much longer. I don't think there is really a big heavy hitter series that currently can truly be the face of Jump besides One Piece. Kagurabachi is stepping up to the plate in my personal opinion, but at the moment it is still yet to truly cement itself as the true newcomer and face of Jump at the moment. But I do think that Shonen Jump will have some worries and growing pains in the future because of a lot of these series coming to an end. So I do think that Jump will have a lot of growing pains and issues with all these series coming to an end, and I think that because of that, being scared of that, they're going to try to continue a lot of different series, and one of those, I think, is obviously going to be My Hero Academia. I could definitely see them bringing back Tite Kubo as well for Bleach. I know this isn't technically fully relevant to the My Hero Academia video, but I do think that Bleach will eventually be brought back as well for the Hell arc, since we had that one shot a few years back. So yeah, I am curious, but I do think in the future, if I had to assume an announcement when it's going to be made, it's probably going to be made once the anime officially comes to an end. Like, once the anime wraps up and it has, like, probably the final episode, I feel like that is when they'll potentially announce a continuation to some shape or form, either through a movie announcement or they will do something else. But they could potentially segue it into, like, something similar to what Naruto did when we had that whole Naruto the Last movie and, you know, it segued into Boruto. Something potentially like that could probably happen for My Hero Academia when its final episode comes out. But we'll have to see. When more information does come out, and, you know, when it does, obviously I will cover it, and I will let you all know. But I will leave it at that. I wanted to talk about the big announcement that August 5th wanted to bring. It's a little bit disappointing, but overall, at this point, we should really just put on clown makeup 24/7. But, love you guys. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.